That's an old recipe. Hurry up, slowpoke.
You guys got to hear that too. That's the best part. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Here we are doing Let's Talk DIY. This one is specially called was it Skin in the Game, as you wanted it to be called? Because we have Mr. Labworks here, and the dude literally has full-on skin in the game. It's insane. We've talked a couple times here and there. He's told me some wild shit. So yeah. Alrighty. So you want to say hi, everybody? Introduce yourself a little bit.
Well, it's morning time here in Australia. It's evening time there in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
My real name's Paul. I've been now pretty much in the game since very early 2015, late 2014. And I classify myself as a mixologist now, not DIY anymore, because I'm actually on the commercial side of things.
For sure. Alrighty, let's get into some what I've been vaping, and yeah, let's hit this this bumper thing. Since you're the guest, I'm gonna let you go first.
I'm going to be really boring today.
Really? You have all the fun stuff though.
Yeah, and look, I know I've got all the fun stuff here, but I'm really boring. I'm really boring today. All I'm running is an old Theron with single coil recurve, a very simple Kiwi strawberry, and my other one is a G class, and that is running a white chocolate strawberry cheesecake at the moment.
Nice.
Very simple.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not that simple. I have to narrow everything down. But yeah, we're gonna start off with the the Unicorn MDX Mr. Just Right 1 Red Edition, gold recoil on top, DHT, and in that I got Rocket Blast from Grim and Ohm.My.Lanta. And I'm rocking a Hexum today with a Gunlo Pro, and in that I got cereal cream from the Cream Collection. And I'm gonna finish it since you said G class. I got my G class, the FP tank, and in that I got the last bit of this bottle of Dragon Shake. Yeah.
Nice work.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna do some quick shout outs and all that kind of thing. Say hi to everybody. Breeze Tones was number 1 on the chat. Thanks for jumping in real quick there. Raven Shadow Vapes, how are you? 808 Wreckin' Ghosts, how are you doing? Michelle Lynn, Mrs. Duldime herself. Yeah, I ever show you this?
No.
I got my Duldime. It's right there. Oh yeah. They are awesome, by the way. Miss Clannette being my wife, she's hanging out with us today. And yeah. Alrighty, that's everybody for now. And anybody else that joins us later on or watching the replay, thank you for tuning in and all that stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna hit this other bumper and jump into some Let's Talk DIY. Alright, so Mr. Labworks. Yeah. I know you gave us a little short description of what you do, what you've been doing and all that thing, but you have the floor. Anything you want to talk about, anything you want to mention and things like that, kind of have at it.
I started off as a DIYer because I could not find anything that I wanted to vape on.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing at all. Probably 2 weeks into my vape journey, I thought, this all tastes like shit. Rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward now to 2019. I've got 30 liquids of my own, and I've worked on. I've got probably 200 to 300 odd recipes in my arsenal that I've worked on and collaborated with different people from around the world. So, yeah, it's been pretty much a long journey.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the reasons most people get into the whole DIY end of things is mostly because they just can't find juice that they think is worth their time. And I mean, for me, it was basically that, and price point. It was getting a little expensive for me, and that's when like the bigger like RDAs, bigger clouds, more juice goes through them. I was tearing through a 30 mil that was costing me like $22 back in like 2015 ish kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, I can't do this. And I was bargain bin diving, and that was horrible. You could ask my wife. She actually, like, we were just starting out dating around the time I started doing that. And she's like, yeah, I'm not going near you if you're going to vape that. She was not having it.
I understand that totally. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, they think, okay, let's go down the DIY pathway. Mm-hmm. Let's find something. And then it becomes, as I call it, the holy grail for trying to find your all-day vape. Mm-hmm. So you're there working tirelessly. You don't think you are at first, but you're actually there working tirelessly to try and find the all-day vape. Mm-hmm. I know Michelle Lynn has hers.
Oh, yeah.
It's a really, really, really tough gig one night. Mm-hmm. But I'll pretty much take on anything or any profile and work on it until I get it right. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it takes me 1 or 2 renditions. Sometimes it takes me 10, 15, 20 different renditions to get to the end of the game.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, trust me, I know that. Shit, I just have not made the time, but I remember the last time we talked, I was working on a horchata, and I just haven't had the time to work on it. But seriously, I was like on version 3 or 4 by the time we had talked about it, and I still got to work on it a little bit more and get that one down to where I like it and I'm happy with it. But
that's not the easiest profile because you can get pretty damn close.
Yeah,
but getting the final notes.
Parents' house, and most chai e-liquids taste just like chai soda, and it's kind of gross because it doesn't have like that creaminess or anything. It's just basically the chai base, and that's all that we put in it. And it's a very potent flavor. Honestly, it's very hard to like mellow down and stuff like that. Or do I?
Yeah. Well, it is a cinnamon base, so yeah, it's hard to actually work with the spices that are in there. But I like drinking it. But
oh yeah,
one day I might go down that rabbit hole and create a chai for somebody.
Yeah, just send me like a big old 500 ml of it, and I'll be happy.
No, look, I'll just send you the recipe.
Send me the recipe.
That'd be a whole lot easier because you're $60 in freight just for the 500 just to get it to you.
True that, because you're in Australia. Dude, even sending things to Canada is expensive. Yeah.
No, that's the issue, and that's something that I'm going to touch on, because with all the silly rules that the FDA and everyone else wants to bring out, I'm finding it harder and harder now to be able to collaborate with people that I was working with in the past because of the rules.
Yeah,
that's something that a lot of people don't understand either. For international like mixers that want to collaborate with people in the United States, it's becoming harder and harder. Mm-hmm. They're very, very silly, like the rules. Mm-hmm. But like I saw one the other day that's coming out. I think we touched on it in a little chat that we had about the flow system where a 5-year-old has to hang on to a bottle and squeeze it for X amount of time to get 2 mils out.
Yeah.
Now, but Kevin Crowley pointed out something this morning, and that is how easy is it to open a packet of cigarettes?
Very true.
So there you go. A 5-year-old can open the packet of cigarettes.
Yeah.
But the 5-year-old, they got to hang on to a bottle and go squeeze, squeeze, squeeze for a period of time to get 2 mils out.
Yeah. And even then, like, I don't know if you saw Grimm's 510 report on that. He touched a little bit on that. And here in the States, you know, we have the whole like 2016 deeming regulations crap.
Yeah.
And we're not allowed to change anything from back then. So if we change the bottle styles, then we're out of regulation. But if we don't change it, we're still out of regulation. And I feel that's just a whole go around fuck you to the whole vape industry.
I totally agree. Some of the rules that I've read through, some of the processes, I'm going, who's writing this? Have they got someone that is either A, sitting in university that has no understanding of vaping in any way, shape, or form? They're sitting there writing these rules and they're being signed off on. Or have we got an 18-year-old that is the son or the daughter of someone in government writing the rules? Because they're stupid. You know, I'm not a kid by any means. I'm 50 in a couple of months.
Yeah. Yeah, trust me. I mean, it's one of those weird things. Like, it's one of those weird things. Like, if they are having someone, you know, basically in their early 20s making these decisions or the research for this, but then they don't want to trust anybody between the age of 18 and 21 to make a self decision when it comes to this sort of thing. It's like, how the hell does that make any sense, you know?
And I feel sorry for some of the younger companies that have appeared in probably the last 18 months to 2 years. I know a few people have said, well, let's make money while the rain's away, while it's still sunny. But that ain't going to work either.
No.
We have to have solutions.
Oh yeah, that rain's already here anyways. I mean, that's like the sad part. It's just they've rained down hard on everything. I mean, I know you guys in Australia are pretty much very fucked royally here and there, but
don't even go there.
Oh, I know. I mean, I told you the other day, I can't even imagine how you guys are feeling or dealing with any of this crap, because I know we have our own troubles here, but you guys are,
Well, okay. Well, we had our national health minister, the minister for all of Australia, come out the other day, and he said in a political debate between the two sides, and he just said straight up, not on my watch. I posted a video about it on my YouTube channel, and the guy is so uneducated, it's not funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's mind blowing. He how would you put it? Mispronounced Gottlieb's name, and he also got the department wrong.
Really?
He actually thought that, he called him Gottliebson, Scott Gottliebson, and then he came out and said that he actually worked for the EPA. I went, what the fuck has the EPA got to do with the FDA? Yeah. Wrong department.
Yeah.
One's the environmental protection, and the other one is the Food and Drug Administration. Now, how do you stuff those up? Yeah. Like, seriously.
I don't get that at all. That is ridiculous. I mean, that's one thing I've noticed. Like, anytime you see an anti or somebody that's like very against vaping, they have zero to no education on the subject of vaping. They make up things as they go along. They just keep adding bullshit on top of bullshit, and there's no actual facts.
I'd really like to know who's paying for this misinformation to be put out there.
Yeah.
And that's a really tough one. But
yeah, we have some clues, but
well, we'll do a rant show one day of idiots, and we'll call them all out, and we'll throw them under the bus.
We'll throw them
under the bus.
Anybody else that wants to get ranty with us, just let us know. We could have some fun with that.
We'll just call it Under the Bus.
There you go. That sounds awesome.
And then we'll reverse over them a few times to get rid of them. Yeah, I'm evil when it comes to that part of it.
Oh, trust
But
me, I like some of my earlier videos. There's a lot of jump cuts, mostly because it just turns into like just cussing. There's no actual words. It's just me getting pissy and angry and just cussing, and so there's like no point in that because there's no actual sentence formation.
that sounds like me every morning when I get out of bed.
Yeah, but you're Australian. That's to be expected.
I know well apparently we're meant to be able to get away with it. Oh no, Michelle, really? Really? Did you have to go down that pathway?
Yeah, I was trying not to say anything about that, but yeah, that pissed me the fuck off. I was so mad at that whole thing. They put ammonia in their e-liquids for a throatier hit and bigger clouds. It's like that just sounds completely unpleasant. Why the fuck would
Yeah.
anybody do that? And like
Next minute, no, next minute I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. Who's gonna do the lemon pledge?
the lemon pledge. Yeah, right.
Someone, yeah.
Oh, that
Consuela's going to be running around with the lemon pledge.
that was something somebody else brought up. I don't remember if it was on Ohmies or on one of the other live shows I watched, but the whole fact that they mentioned the whole ammonia thing, what is to say that it's not going to encourage somebody to add ammonia to their e-liquid just based on that misinformation, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
It makes for a dangerous situation.
Well, that woman now has deleted a lot of social media accounts in way, shape, or form. So good luck in that one. Or you could always go down the pathway that ammonia was used and is used for the extraction of tobacco to actually make it a much harder hit. But I got a question for you, Clown.
Okay, shoot.
If you could work on any recipe, no, what would it be, and where would you start? What would be your inspiration? That's probably the question.
Yeah, I don't know because I've never actually. Like I'm a very chaotic person in everything I do. I don't really start with an aim or goal because even like the flavors that I do, I just bought base and started mixing things together. So I didn't really start. I don't have like that mindset of like, well, okay, this is what I'm going for and this is what I'm aiming for. So I'm trying to think of what would I do. I don't know. Now you just kind of stumped me there, because like I'm going through my head on everything I like to eat and things like that. And sadly enough, half of them I wouldn't make into an e-liquid because savory liquids are just kind of something I would never do to myself.
I've seen certain renditions of savory e-liquids, and they actually turn out really, really, really well.
Really?
Yeah. There was one by Armageddon. He actually made a pizza based. It was the wildest liquid I think I've seen yet.
Yeah.
And it actually tasted like pizza pockets.
Really?
It's the weirdest thing ever. And I still don't understand how I got there. I have no idea.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Me personally, I'm still trying to work out probably the best baked pear.
Baked pear?
Like
see, that would be a good one. I think there's a, what's it called? Paramon. Have you ever heard of that juice? That one's pretty close. Have you ever tried it?
Not that I can remember, but then again, I've mixed up so many different liquids and variations of stuff, but what I was looking for was a poached pear in cinnamon and vanilla, and then you bake it. Okay. So it just breaks down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
I did a rendition of it, and then I did it with a what was it? It was an apple filling,
Mm-hmm.
and then I wrapped it in a couple of different pastry styles that I work with, and then I just smothered it with custard, and it was really, really, really good. But it was a coil killer from hell.
Oh, I can imagine. That's one thing I like, the whole coil killer thing. You're always trying to aim for something that won't kill your coils. At least I try on that end.
I can say, and I don't know if people can see this, but I put 220 ml bottles of liquid through, and that's where my coils are at.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. That's the other thing with DIYers. They start to become very heavy-handed with sweetener to try and hide their mistakes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And I try not to use sweeteners because, I mean, most bases anyways are already pretty sweet on their own, honestly. At least for me. I'm one of those weird people. Like, I personally don't actually eat, like, candy or things like that in my day-to-day. I'll, like, maybe have pie or cake here and there, but like when it comes to the sweets, I'm not like the world's biggest fan. I like chocolate, but that's about it.
I'm really bad because I've got a big box of gummy bears next to me the whole time. I'm mixing.
That's funny. You ever notice if you squish a gummy bear, it looks like Cartman from South Park?
Yeah, true. What's the other one? They've also, like, the same, the company that actually makes those gummy bears. They've also got another one now, and it's like two little gummy bears joined together, and they're the sweet and sours.
Mm-hmm.
They are so good.
Oh, I could imagine.
So good.
See, I like sour candy. I'll do some sour candy.
Yeah, sour hard apple,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. That's what I've been chasing.
Yeah. Like right now, I actually have steeping in this jar behind me a key lime pie. There you go. That was one that I actually was chasing for a bit there. I was like, I want to make a key lime pie that I like. Because there's a couple out there, but they're not really like my cup of tea.
I know that. Who is it that's got it over there now? I'm trying to think. Bull City. They're now carrying a lot of the Vape Train Australia flavors,
Mm-hmm.
and there's something that's very sneaky that they have. It's a Persian lime.
Okay.
And it puts that final lime section that everyone's been looking for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But it also doubles up. You can put a couple of drops in your beer if needs be, and
Really?
then it'll lift your beer straight up. I use cap lemon and lime in my beer.
Yeah.
When I don't have fresh lemon or lime, I'll just put cap lemon and lime in my beer, and off I go. Especially if I drink Corona or something at home, and I'll just throw a couple of drops of that in, and I've already done. Michelle, you were never meant to let that out that the squirrels were actually running the world.
The squirrels are running the world. I'm trying
you were told not to tell anyone about that. It's true. Squirrels run the world.
Oh man.
That's one of my things that I use when someone puts out misinformation. I put, oh, look, squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
Look over there, squirrel.
Squirrel.
And then they tell you the rubbish.
Oh yeah.
Michelle's right. Squirrels run the world.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. That's something we deal with. Is everybody's willing to run to something so fast without really trying any information or looking it up for themselves. They just read a headline and go with it, because why the fuck do any research for yourself, you know?
No, not beard. It's beer. Beer.
Bear.
It's my stupid Australian accent.
He's
No,
Canadian.
I
It doesn't.
I don't talk about beards. I don't have one.
I do.
You have a glorious beard.
I have plenty of beard for a lot of people, apparently. And there's other game.
Okay.
You're ridiculous. He's Canadian. He says a gain. He says a boot. He says oot, and then won't admit to it.
A boot?
Yep. I'm serious. He's
I
probably
wear boots.
he's gonna put it in the comments of I don't say a boot. I know he is. He always does.
I've been trying to make a nice and thick buttercream ice cupcake, but can't quite nail it. Where are you at with it? Where are you at now with the buttercream ice cupcake? For the cupcake section, there's numerous ones now. Look into Flavor Art with what they've been doing, and they're releasing more and more and more. Is VTA Sugarloaf too high to mix with cream? Are you talking Sugarloaf pineapple? In that case, yes, it should be used anywhere between 2 and 2.5. You start pushing that to 4%, and after about 10 days, it does one of three things. It will fade. It will become the dominant. It will become the dominant note, and the cream will be a back note to it. But I actually use like Sugarloaf pineapple in when I'm mixing citrus instead of using a sweetener, and people don't know that it's there. It's a little bit different. I play different games. I like bending flavors.
Yeah.
But then Vape Train's got what we've noted as benders, like bending agents.
Yeah.
Like Jam It is one that will turn any fruit into a jam base, which is it's stupidly fun to play with. You throw it in with banana, and you get this like gooey banana that you've left in the oven for a couple of hours on a really low heat. That's where it ends up with that. But yeah, look at Vape Train for what they've got.
Oh yeah, I remember when we had you on Wolf Bite, I actually went through all the Vape Train stuff, and I just need to get around to getting some new stuff, because that's another one. Need to get some more mixing gear.
They've got another one that I've been messing around with. This is rhubarb compote, which is a really strong. It's like a cooked down rhubarb.
Mm-hmm.
Ever had rhubarb and custard when you were a kid?
No. I am really Hispanic, and I'm really from California. So rhubarb wasn't a thing I did growing up.
Trust me, this like rhubarb, apple and pear,
mm-hmm.
and then turn it into a pie, and then give it a lashing of custard or ice cream with it. You'll thank me later for it.
I think the closest I've come to rhubarb was it was like a rhubarb strawberry yogurt that I tried that we have at work. But other than that, I've really not tried rhubarb a whole lot. But yeah, I might watch the replay so I can remember what you said.
Okay. Raven, if you want a straight up pineapple cream, you use 3 different pineapples at low percentages to build the pineapple base. And then you work the creams into it. That's how you do it. You reverse your video.
Yeah, well, because you see this, it reads backwards, but that's just because it looks less freaky to me this way. I could always switch it, but
I can switch mine too, and I can put myself upside down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cloud King. Yeah, VT Wonder Flavors is good too. I don't get to play with Wonder Flavors a lot. I've been predominantly working with hello, there's Breezy Tones. There's Adam.
There he is. He was on
No,
earlier.
Adam's a good guy.
Yeah.
Adam's a good guy. I didn't know he was on earlier.
Yeah,
Where was
he
he
was the first one to comment when we started.
Oh, okay. What does rhubarb taste like? Okay, rhubarb is in the celery family, but when it's cooked down with sugars, I'll make something and I'll send it to you, Michelle. I think you'd be interested in it. It's a dessert, but yeah, generally it's like rhubarb and custard. So you cook down the rhubarb so it's almost like a jam, and then you serve it with custard. It's pretty damn good. But
Might have to try that myself.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I used to eat it when I was a kid growing up. Mum used to make it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But certain parts of the country, rhubarb is like a big thing, but for me, it's just I never had it.
Yeah. Well, it can be one or two things. It can be really tart in flavor. That's why people sugar it out. Or it can be really, really sweet with tart back notes to it. It's great in pies and things like that when you mix it with apples and pears, things like that. But going back to what I was saying, predominantly I've been working with vape train flavors and with flavor art. I've found that the pair of them work really, really well together, and I don't have many problems or issues, and the juice stays pretty damn clean, so it doesn't kill your coils.
Yeah.
But I'm also working with a company here in Australia that's actually manufacturing concentrates specifically for me. And once I get into that a little bit more, I'll let out some of the results. I know that Adam has actually tried some of the stuff that I've made with some of my own concentrates, and he's quite impressed. I've just had a new rendition of the famous TFA banana bread made by them, but this one is actually a whole lot more potent, and you don't need to use a banana cream to lift the banana in the banana bread, and you do not have any AP whatsoever to get the nut note. The nut note's there inherently in the way they've made this for me, which is pretty damn good. I don't like using AP either.
Yeah.
For people that have nut allergies, yes, some e-liquids do actually contain a small amount, depending on the extraction process and the way the structure of the concentrate's put together. And I tell anyone that has a nut allergy to pretty much steer clear of any of the bakery. And it's more for safety reasons, than anything else. I know it tastes really, really good. Like one of my old favorites was cinnamon scrolls, like a cinnamon bun covered in like an icing. It's
yeah, I just read that too.
Adam, bullshit.
He will never be able to buy e-liquids again.
Oh, rubbish. He still does, but you know, I push what I'm doing in my liquids. Like I've got a lemonade, and I still to this day, I've actually got 5 lemonades, and I still to this day, I'll put my lemonade up against pretty much any of the others in the game at the moment, and they'll stand, you know, pretty proud.
Yeah.
But Adam, tell the people in chat what the banana bread's like. Event Horizon. I named it because no one knows what they're going to get. It's a milk chocolate banana bread.
Okay. See, Adam, don't take it as he ruined your experience to vaping as to he enhanced it. How about that? It sounds nicer.
Where is it? Oh, this one's on his way to him. This is just a straight up white chocolate cheesecake that I did.
Mm-hmm.
It's not released to the public yet. He's the first one that's going to get his hands on that to try. But I did a. Here he goes. Oh, we've got him.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, you didn't have to censor yourself. I'm not monetized, nor do I care.
I'm going fishing in chat now. But I've done this rendition. I've also got a strawberry white chocolate cheesecake. I've also got a kiwi white chocolate cheesecake. And I'm also doing one other that I don't know if I should say because Adam will really get the shits. It's a butterscotch white chocolate cheesecake. That could single flavor VTA Turkish delight. Raven, test the Turkish delight at 1%. Tested that as a single flavor test, and then depending on what you want the Turkish delight to do, then push it in 0.5 or 0.25 increments until you get what you want from it. Yeah.
Good. Sorry, I keep yawning.
No, that's fine. See, now we get into the bottom of how I make my liquids. He's saying that it's different things come out at different watts, different wattages, and that's what I strive to do. Like even my kiwi strawberry, the higher you take it, you get more kiwi. You get more strawberry.
Yeah.
You get you'll. It's like this. It's like this little play field. You get to that level, and then once you bump the wattage here, one note will come out. You lower it, another note comes out, and it also changes with the coil material. All of Breestone's coils are all N80. Kiwi strawberry on a stainless coil, completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You stick it in the tank, it's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
You use Nick salts, it's completely different. You use freebase Nick, it's different. You use stem Nick, it's different again. It changes. It's like a chameleon.
Yeah.
And that... What the hell? Someone's playing with fucking... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's one thing people don't realize is like something that'll taste good in an RDA with a certain build and certain like power and yada yada yada. It varies in other style of vaping, you know. I feel like a lot of people don't put that into account whenever they get a juice, or like say your friend likes something but they vape straightly like only RDAs on a mech, but you are more of a tank low wattage guy. It's gonna taste completely different for you.
Yeah, and look, I will say yes, I have developed liquids for the salt market, but I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
There is a company now that is not, that they're producing their salt nick, but it's not benzoic. It's actually a citric acid blend, which is completely different. And I've used it with my... I'm also really good with citrus. That's where I'm really at. The citrus is my bag. Anything that's got citrus in it, I'll attack. Like lemonades, I've got a freshly squeezed orange juice that took me forever and ever to get my head around that one. What's the other one that I did? My tropical crush, which is a mixture of passion fruit, mango, guava, orange, and I can do it two ways. I can do it with two endings. I can do it with a cream ending, or I can do it with a cooling agent. So you get like a summer drink, or you get like a different one. I've been told that low wattage, my coffee juice is more cream when you bump it. That's 100%. That's 100%. Coffee concentrates don't really start coming into their own. Yeah, LV426. That's another one. That's another citrus. That's a punch base with blueberry and strawberry hidden in there. And people go, well, hang on, where's the blueberry and strawberry? Once you get up to about 75, 80 watts, the blueberry and strawberry appear and the citrus fades away. It's a sneaky one.
It's like the fruit vape that I do at high wattages. It's kind of just muted completely. Like it's more of a low wattage kind of situation.
Everyday Vapor. Can I give you a sneaky little trick for coffees? That is, if you can find who is it? FA makes it. It's a Swiss chocolate. Put 1 or 2 drops of the Swiss chocolate in there, and then coffees then become a whole different animal. And then if you want to back that up, you then use that recipe, and I know everyone doesn't like it, but give it a nice dose of 2 or 3% of Capella, custard V1, the original custard, and then come back to me and tell me what you found, because then that changes it as well. But once the Swiss chocolate's in there, that helps. Yeah, there's already chocolate. I knew there'd be some somewhere. That's why it's changing.
That's his right there. Mr.
Okay.
E, the Everyday Vapor. Here, let me hold it that way so you're not turning your head. But yeah, that's his. Pretty good stuff. I dig it.
That'd be really nice in a squonk.
That's where it's at.
See?
You guessed it. Yeah. Ocula, DS. Gotta do that kind of life.
See, I'm a sneaky bugger when it comes to juices. Squonking for me, right? The past couple of years, the innovation in squonk and the way squonks are put together, especially with regulated squonks, they weren't there a few years ago.
Yeah.
They're all mech or, chipped in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But now that we have regulated squonks, you've got the best of 3 worlds. You've got everything there that you need. The only thing that pisses me off is a lot of the RDAs that they're releasing, they're Hangsteng Australian chocolate. Yes, 1%. It works. The only thing that pisses me off is the 510 pin. A lot of the time, the holes are not big enough if you're running thick liquids.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Or if you're in cooler weather and your VG starts thickening up, you've got a hard time getting it up there.
That's what she said. But yeah, sorry, that's a habit at this point. I choked them up.
That goes on to that story when someone was sneaking Viagra into the liquid or Cialis or whatever it was. That was hilarious. Your tongue's walking around with a heart on the whole time.
Oh man. Alrighty. You want to close it up, or you got any zingers you want to throw out there?
Well, Adam will attest to this, but our health minister, Greg Hunt, hit him up if you can find his email address. He's an arsehat. But all in all, you can find me pretty much anywhere. And people that know me on Facebook, find me. If you've got questions, I'll answer them majority of the time, but don't come to me asking for a clone recipe. I don't do them. I work from ground up. If I create something, it's not worth my time and effort trying to clone for people. There's too many people coming out with a clone. They're nowhere near 90% of the time. The big companies are actually having custom concentrates made, and they won't tell you. They're actually having stuff blended. So don't try it.
Yeah,
it doesn't work. Chocolate glazed donut. Oh, yeah. Okay, that tastes like Band-Aids to me. It's a weird flavor. But no, you can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Twitter's all my advocacy more than anything. I don't generally do much there, but advocacy, and I'm very strong in that department because I hate arse-hats and I hate misinformation when it comes to vaping.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we're gonna do the ranty show. We're just gonna, like you said, we're gonna call it throw it under the bus.
I think we'll get a few guests on there. Michelle, no doubt, will get you onto that show. Adam will get you onto that show. I'd like to also get Sam Parsons, the vaping bogan, onto that show, and a few of the other people that I know that like throwing people under the bus when it comes to idiotic, put outs. It's stupid. Sick of it. Stay real in vaping.
Yep.
It saves lives, for fuck's sake.
Yep.
We're not making beard oil here, even though we can, but it saves lives.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's what it boils down to, and that's where a lot of this doesn't make sense. Like seriously, we can go on and on in hours on how this doesn't make sense, on how they don't want this, but they want the betterment of people and the public and yada yada yada.
No comment.
Exactly. We'll be stuck here for another 3 hours, and I got another show to do in like 2 hours. Or actually an hour. Jesus. All right, yeah. So I've been dropping the link to your website if anybody wants to go check out LabWorks and stuff like that. And you could go check out his Facebook and all that type of situation. As he was saying, you just go by LabWorks on Twitter and Facebook. I know Instagram you do because I found that.
I'm LabWorks across everything. All platforms.
All right, there you go. Alrighty, so thanks everybody for joining us. This has been fun. Got a lot of information, which that's part of what I love about hanging out with Paul. It's always a lot of info and a lot of things going on. So yeah, go check out his site, go check out all his stuff, and yeah, thanks for coming on, man. And as always, love to have you back on at some point.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah.
Welcome.
Alrighty, Frames.
Where have you been hiding?
He's probably editing video, getting ready for Ohmies, all that kind of situation.
All cool.
Yeah. Alrighty. So
we'll let you off the hook.
Do I?
We'll let him off the hook for the minute.
Alrighty, guys.
I'll slap him around later for you.
I'll say I don't stop laughing with conversations with you, man.
Why?
You get crazy.
It's too early in the morning. If it wasn't early in the morning, I'd be drinking beer.
Right.
Then it starts getting stupid.
Hey, it's 5 o'clock here, so you could have gone on my time and just started drinking beer. Just saying.
No.
No. He's like, no.
No. I'd get killed for that one.
You get killed for that one.
Yeah. In the mornings, it's tea and iced tea and stuff like that, so I can keep going through the day. All I'm looking for looking for really is my caffeine.
I feel you on that one, man. That's like one of the, like I was telling you earlier, Mondays are my day to do things, and that's the first thing I do is get me a cup of coffee, man. All right, we'll catch y'all later. Thank you for joining us, and yeah, goodbye.